Oh shit, I don't have enough hammer.
Do you want me to toss you
No,
one?
I'll
Or
go and make one.
Alright. I wonder if the demon block problem has solved itself.
The what? The demon block problem.
Yeah, because that was weird.
I think I'm also... I don't know how much glass I want to make.
Yeah. It's still... Okay, that's...
Put it in half.
I don't know. I'm going to chalk it up to an act of God.
1, 2, 3...
I'm going to say that there are spirits and demons and things hiding in that spot, and they don't want blocks interfering with them. Man, I am at least grateful that we have infinity cobblestone, and as such, infinity gravel, sand, and dust.
Yeah, but with sand and dust, you actually have to make it.
That is true.
And up we go. Again. You know, I better get a decent amount of bone meal out of this, or otherwise I'm going to be quite upset. So the glass that's cooking right now is necessary for Tinker's Construct stuff. Please just leave it.
Okay.
And I'm back in the cloud layer again.
Back in the cloud. Oh yes, I was gonna farm, wasn't I?
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
There is one block in there that I put in that that hasn't been tilled yet. The reason for that is I'm using half of everything that I harvest. I use for dust or dirt.
You mean the wheat and stuff?
Yeah.
Huh.
Half of the wheat I put towards new dirt.
Can we afford to do that?
Up until now, it hasn't been that big of an issue. I mean, both of us have had enough.
As long as you say so.
I mean, it's been growing pretty quickly anyway. And we constantly get more, so...
Is there anything you can do with seeds other than plant them?
Yes, there is, but we're not there yet.
Okay. It's good to know.
In other words, don't throw it off the edge or anything.
Right. Man, it is funny when you think about it. In other worlds, in other existences, dirt is so common that you just end up throwing it away, but here it's a precious resource.
Yep. At least for now. No, I think it's always going to be a precious resource.
It's one of the most valuable things we have in this universe.
At the moment.
Alright. What I will do is go into the house. I have 43 pieces of wheat.
Yeah, you can put half of that towards bread and half of it.
Let's see. We are going to make 3 barrels of dirt with it. Whoa. Okay, maybe not. It turns out it takes a lot more than I thought, but we're at least going to have some dirt from it. Dooba-dooba-doop, dooba-dooba-boop, booba-doop, booba-da-bum-ba-doop, boobity-boop-be-doop, doo-da-dooba-doop, doop, boobity-boop-ba-doop, booby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doop, ba-let it. Like my song?
Beautiful.
I call it get out of the bed, he's coming back. Right. Okay, we are going to eat this. Nom 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 nom. Happy times. Happy times. So, yes. Up until now, our tree farm has consisted of just one spruce and one birch, but now I'm going to have 3 of each, and the rest be oak.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
at this point, having different wood types is a priority. Or well, not a priority, but, you know, a good thing to have.
Pleasant.
Mm-hmm. So...
Sifting. I have 5 pieces of bone meal.
So, let's see. I am thinking... What do you think about the idea of birch floors on the first floor?
I like
our hallways?
spruce.
You like spruce? Okay,
Yeah.
spruce floors. In that case, I'm happy that we have... And the walls can either be oak or they can be spruce.
Or birch.
Or birch. What if the... What if the exterior walls are oak and the interior walls are birch?
Kind of takes away space, doesn't it?
Hmm?
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, go do it. Do it.
I don't mean double walls. I just mean like the wall between the inside and the outside.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
But having double walls isn't necessarily a bad idea either.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we could even go like full castle mode if we wanted to. But I don't know if that's really necessary.
Full castle, did you say?
Yeah, by having like all stone exterior walls, but I don't think that's
not
really
necessary.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a way. I definitely have a way to kill people. You know what that is?
What?
A drinking game. Every time I punch a block of wood, take a drink. Like even if the challenge was you took literally a drop of the weakest beer you could find, you would still be dead after how much wood I've punched.
That's a lot of wood.
Mm-hmm. That's what she said.
No, that's what she wished for.
Yeah. Do 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 do.
I'm up to 12 pieces of bone meal.
12 pieces of bone meal.
13. 14. Yeah. Now my streak ran out.
Oh man. Yeah, well, I'm at least glad your streak ran out rather than you ran out streaking.
Trust me, the neighbors are very happy about that as well.
Yes, they would be quite scared.
Yeah. Also, not that good of an idea, seeing as how I'm less than a block away from a police station.
Yes. This reminds me of how back in where I went to college, that one apartment I used to live in, I had neighbors that would smoke weed by the creek in full view of a police station.
Yeah.
I can't believe nothing ever happened.
You know, the people that lived in your basement, or not the basement, but the first floor or the floor below you, I don't remember where they were, but you left me alone in that room for about 5 minutes. And I am, to this day, I find it a miracle that I left that room alive.
Oh, they were like...
Not only were they completely high and completely drunk off their asses, but the way they were playing with their knives...
Oh, yeah.
I was scared for my life.
I remember, like, this one guy, he was, what was he doing? He was flipping his knife so it landed into the ground, and it landed on a handle and bounced across the room.
Yeah.
Landed at your feet, and he looked up at me with this expression, "Can we go now?" That is this frightened expression, and I'm like, yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I remember that. The knife bounced crazily across the room and landed at your feet.
Wasn't that the same night that we went searching for beer in the middle of Kutztown in the middle of the night?
That might have been.
Both of us so drunk that we couldn't. I mean, not drunk, but we already had a bit and we couldn't drive or anything.
Yeah. So we're looking around.
Maybe that would have been the night to knock on those people's doors and be like, "We need booze."
Yeah. Man, that place was a riot. You weren't there the potato gun day, were you?
No.
Did I ever tell you that story?
No, I don't think so.
Fuck, I need to sleep.
Oh, I'll sleep.
Okay. Wait for me, wait for me.
Too late.
Wow, that was a weird thing. I was looking in the chest while I was... Okay.
Alright.
So, what happened was, I was in my room, and heard a knock on the door. It was the building manager, that guy. And he's like, "Dude, I'm firing a homemade potato gun in the basement. Want to see?"
Oh.
And I'm like, "Yeah." What it was basically this piece of PVC pipe
Yeah.
that he would spray hairspray into and ignite it.
Yeah.
And these potatoes were flying across the basement. So it was like, and they'd fire with this big boom. But then they decided to fire them at some like wooden boards that were laying around. But then they decided that wasn't making a loud enough sound, so they started putting... uh-oh. Do I hear the sound of... Hello? You alright? You dropped for a second.
The call dropped. It's not necessarily me.
I still blame you. So, what ended up happening was, they decided it wasn't loud enough, so they started to put nails in the potato.
Oh my god.
And keep in mind, this was an enclosed basement that had like a 6-foot ceiling. We were all crouching. So, and he was like, disclaimer, this might explode at any time. So, yeah. For safety's sake, I'm not going to tell anyone where this place is. Although,
They
this
already
was...
heard Kutztown. That's...
Yeah, well, you know it's in Kutztown, and that's how well, the thing was, this was... How many years... That was 8 years ago now, so, I mean, you know, it was a long time ago. I doubt any of those people still live there.
I'm so surprised that building was still there. I mean, it was so crooked. Could put a ball on the floor and it would roll to the other side.
There was one bathroom that was right on sort of the knuckle of the building in the middle, that one side of the bathroom was actually about 6 inches higher than the other.
Yeah. I mean, that place is a death trap.
Yeah, I mean, that place really should be condemned. Don't you think so?
Yeah. And I don't know how much you paid a month for rent, but it probably wasn't.
It was too much. It was actually really cheap.
How much was it?
It was like $300 a month.
Oh, why the hell didn't I try to get a room there?
I know, right? Keep in mind this was 2006, so it's probably a little bit more by now, because people are assholes. But
hell, I was so desperate for a place. I should have really.
Yeah, but my room. You remember my room? How tiny it was.
It was a hole in the ground.
Yeah. Still
better than nothing, though.
Yeah, man, I had some good times in there. That was, you know what? It's one of those things where like the place was shitty, the people were crazy, but it was like it had the most character of any place I've ever lived by far.
It was also your place.
Mm-hmm.
Or did you rent it just for a short time? I mean,
I had it for a year.
What I mean by that is, were you only there? Like, did your contract only go for a couple of months, or?
Well, the way it worked is you signed a contract for. It was divided up into the summer and then the first and last semester at school. So I signed up for the summer first, and then I paid for the fall semester, and then I paid for the spring semester.
Mm. So it wasn't really meant for, I'll say, long-term.
Well, it wasn't entirely college students who lived there. Some of the people who lived there dropped out. Some of them had graduated, and there was this like old man who lived there, which was like the most random thing. Like, why would you live there if you're an old man? But he did.
I just don't know if I could do the whole community bathroom thing.
That was kind of annoying, but strangely enough, I almost never had... There were almost never people in there when I went in. Or, you know what, you could always just, like, have a bucket, and, you know...
Oh, no, that's just...
Now that's just dirty.
That's bordering on the grotesque.
Mm-hmm.
5. I can do 5 more.
You know what?
2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to have to be enough for right now.
Oh, man.
3, 4, 5.
You know, I miss living in Kutztown, believe it or not. I like that place. It's a nice town.
I think you just miss having me as a
Well,
living
that too.
nearby.
Yeah, it was a fun place to live. It's a quaint little town. Although, the drunk college students could get a little bit old after a while.
Yeah, I just found them dangerous.
Yeah, well, I mean, the apartment building that I lived was actually the asshole of Kutztown.
Yeah.
as you might imagine.
Yeah.
I am putting window sockets, window sockets is a dumb word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Go right ahead.
I am planning out this floor.
I need more cobble.
I need more cobble.
Yeah.
Oh man, one other thing I remember about those days is you lent me your Xbox for a few months.
Yep.
And I played Fable.
Yes, you did.
And I really got into that game.
It's an awesome game.
And I actually beat it.
Well,
I think I might have even beat it twice.
It's not one of those games where the thing with these role-playing games is it's not necessarily supposed to be hard to beat. You're supposed to be able to go through the story and play the whole story.
And I think I might actually do a Let's Play on Fable, because I have it now.
For PC?
Yeah. And I want to do I want to challenge myself to do a good Let's Play. Like, for those of you who don't know out there, Fable is a game where it's all about the choices you make, You can be a heroic character, or you can be a completely evil character, or you can be anywhere in between.
You could be the douchebag.
Yeah. And it starts you right off from the beginning,
Yep.
Like
I just
as
don't
a
think
kid.
you can kill kids. I think that's the one thing that they...
No, they won't let you kill children.
I don't think there are any children, are there?
No, well, unless when you're a kid. But you can't kill anyone when you're a kid, so...
Yeah.
So, yeah, I remember even the very first thing, like the tutorial, when you're a kid, you can either get money by doing good deeds, or you can essentially bully the other kids for money.
Yeah.
So, right from the start, you can be a good or bad seed.
Yeah, but I don't think it makes any difference until afterwards.
It doesn't make much difference anyway. But if I do a Let's Play of that, I want to challenge myself to be a good guy. Because being a good guy is it's a bit harder, because if you're a bad guy, you can basically, rob and kill to get what you want. But when you're a good guy, you have to do things for people,
Yeah.
But the good thing is, even if you're a good guy, you can still satisfy your bloodlust in that game for sure, because there's plenty of bandits and ogres and trolls and anything else to kill.
Oh, you can even be the owner of the whorehouse.
You can, yeah.
Did you do that?
Yes. Yeah. And depending on whether you want to be nice or bad, you can either enslave everyone there, or you can set them free.
Yeah, you know what? Playing good or bad, I kept the whorehouse.
Yes.
I found it not necessarily funny, but
Yes.
I don't even
You
know.
puny little... I am Hedwig, you puny little man.
Yeah.
Out there, you big man. In here, you Hedwig slave.
Yeah. That was awesome. Alright, so what did I want to do now? I want to make... I want to make another igneous extruder. Make probably 2 of those.
Yeah, that game. So, spoiler alert for people watching. That's a game I might play.
I don't know if that's a spoiler.
Yeah, I've gotten into the habit of saying spoiler alert, just like even if it doesn't have anything to do with spoiling or alerts.
Alright.
That was a burp, cough, hiccup combination. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Man, remember our first thing that we did?
Yeah, JC won't let me forget.
Our first Let's Play?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
how many episodes did we... Oh, someone needs to
Yeah,
sleep.
I'll sleep. I'm already in here.
Okay. We got up to, what, 50-something episodes? Maybe even 60-something?
Yeah. We're the only one who recorded that, though.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm trying to think of how I want to orient the rooms here. I'm thinking we're going to have a sort of a... I don't know. What they would have called in the old days a colonial style.
Right. Let's get that cooking.
Something like that.
Alright, we can throw that in there.